This is Mitch with TaxFreeFuture.com. I'm here with Tim Berry, and today's topic is how to set up your self-directed IRAs or 401ks retirement plans and use OPM, or other people's money. All right, Tim, how you doing today?
I am doing fantastic. Mitch, yourself?
Good. How do you want to kick off this conversation? OPM.
How do I want to kick off this conversation? OPM. I guess the simplest, easiest way to kick off this conversation is don't worry if you don't have money. I mean, that's just the simple reality. Don't worry if you don't have money. If you have ideas and if you have knowledge, and much more importantly, if you have deals, you can go to other people who don't have knowledge, who don't have ideas, who don't have deals. You can show them the great deals you got. And then inside of your IRA, inside your tax exempt account, you can do a partnership structure with those people where you pay them the first, I don't know, 10, 15% or whatever. And then your retirement plan gets the rest, the override, the profits. And gosh, if you make 20, 25% on the money, even if you don't have a dime into it, you can have that money flowing in, the profits flowing into your retirement plan tax-free, all by using OPM and all by you not having a dime to start off your retirement plan, but you have that knowledge, you have the strategies, the ideas, and you have the deals. So that's how we can start talking about OPM.
Okay, so I'm going to take it back to close to home where I grew up. You know, everyone I know, every single person I know that's very successful in the creative real estate investing arena started out with zero, with the possible exception of two guys that I know that started out with a boatload of money. Those two guys got out there, lost all the money, and had to come back from zero. So everyone I know has been at zero and come to where they're at. And the point is that if you believe that it takes money to make money, which is the biggest bullshit line ever handed out, I guess it was probably quoted by the most broke dick in the room. You know, whoever said that's an idiot. It takes money to make money. No, there's 100 other ways to make money without money. You have to know someone who has it, or but you don't have to have it. And I think everybody interprets it literally that you have to have the money. Yeah, it takes money to make money. It doesn't take your money to make money. You get it? So I started out broke, and I just had to pick from strategies that a broke person could deal with, you know? And from there, I became not so broke. And then I became pretty well off. And then I became really well off. And then I became wealthy. So it all started by recognizing that I didn't have much to bring to the table, if any at all. And then recognizing that I was going to have to deal with strategies that understood where I was coming from and that would accept me. Those strategies would accept me. They were strategies built for me because, you know, Robert Allen he wrote a book called Nothing Down, which was a book about how you start to function when you have zero. And I love that man, and I love that book because it changed my life. I mean, Robert Allen actually had the audacity to suggest that I didn't need to have any money to become wealthy in real estate. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, if being broke is a requirement from this book, I can buy the whole town. I'm so broke, I could buy everything out there right now under these guidelines. So I learned the strategies, the methods. It's a mindset. Doesn't take long to catch on, but where you'll really catch on is where you take nothing on one deal and you actually turn it into something. And then the concept goes from being in your brain to being in, and you're owning it now in your heart. You own it. It took me 7 years between the time that I'm a slow learner, very slow. I had a lot of limiting beliefs and I was hanging on to them for all I was worth. But it took me 7 years from the time I read Robert Allen's Nothing Down till the day that I owned that concept in my heart. Because 7 years from that day, I accidentally did a Nothing Down deal, and boom, I owned it after that. And I went on to buy hundreds of houses a year for 25 years and counting. You bound to know some people that started with nothing and made good, right, Tim?
Oh, absolutely. I got a bunch of clients just like that.
Are you one of them?
Well, I didn't start off with nothing, mind you, but well, I guess I did really. I didn't have a shitload of money behind me, but Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, if you think about it, everybody kind of starts from their time in the woods. I mean,
See,
I don't know how you do it any different.
yeah,
I mean, when you're born, you're not carrying 2 bags of money, I mean, you're broke.
yep.
So, all right, my friend, let's do an example of, you don't have any money, but you want to make a deal. You want to take the lead, or you want me to take the lead?
Well, let me take the lead because there's a special way to structure it. And whenever I say there's a special way to structure it, know that if you have an IRA and you borrow money inside your IRA has to pay taxes on the profits generated. With a 401k, if the 401k borrows money, it doesn't have to pay taxes on the profits generated if it's real estate and you do things in the correct way. But let's give the example for the broadest market for even IRAs. And what we can do is, instead of borrowing money, and we talked a little bit about this before, Mitch, what we do is we structure a partnership structure. We create a partnership. And with that partnership, we have the one person whose money it is put the money into the partnership. Your IRA puts in your knowledge for the deal, if you will, into the partnership. And then we structure it so that the money investor gets their fixed return of whatever, 7-8%, and your IRA gets the rest. Now, what did your IRA put into it? How much money did it put into in this example? Nothing. The money investor put everything inside there. Your IRA put in the deal. It put in the knowledge of the deal structure. And now whenever it pays off, what happens? Money investor gets the first 6-7%, whatever it is they're going to get. And anything over and above that goes to your IRA. That wasn't a loan. Therefore, we don't have to pay any taxes on it. And everybody lives happily ever after. Oh, and by the way, we rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Keep on doing this. And voila, before you know it, you got a couple of dollars inside your account.
Okay, so here we go. I'm going to brush this down to maybe try to simplify.
Sure.
There was 2 ways to look at it. You thought you needed a loan. You talked to Mitch and Tim and says, well, if you get a loan, things get complicated. So just get a partner, and then we'll make his return look pretty much like what he would have made if he'd loaned you the money.
Yep.
Most people think you have partners, you got to give them 50-50. That's not true. So what are you bringing to the table? You found the deal. You are going to help liquidate the deal or make the deal make money. What is this partner bringing? He's bringing the money so that it can all happen. A match made in heaven. Done it hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. When you do not have money, you are a professional deal finder. And then you connect those really great deals with professionals who have money. And that's how you get yourself out of not having money, is connecting the deal with the money and taking your 50% or your 60% or your 70%, because the guy who owns the business is the guy who can find the deal. You get me? To be clear on this. The guy who owns the conversation of who gets what is the guy who owns the deal. So if you're broke, but you're a professional deal finder and you're a very good deal finder, people will be lined up arguing and fighting to be your partner because they have money they don't have anything to do with, that they're sick and tired of the stock market. They've had it with 1% or less CDs. And you're over here offering 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20, 25, 30% if they'll just bring the money. And so it gets pretty easy. Now let's talk to another way about if you haven't put a lot in, or you don't have a lot. Even if you only have $250 in your account, that's where most people die. That's where their ambitions cease. They say, well, I only have $250. What in the hell can I do with $250? $250 at even 15% annual interest will take me forever to turn into anything. Well, great. You're right. It will take forever. So that's not a good plan. Scrap that plan. Let's find a plan where you can take $250 and make some serious cash. Quick.
Easy one. Do options on the real estate.
How
Tie
would
up
that
the
work?
contract.
Well, you direct your retirement plan to get a property under contract.
See?
You know, the retirement plan has $250, and then after this little idea, you found a property, and now your retirement plan puts $100 earnest money, gives away $100 for earnest money. And now what does the the retirement plan own? It has 150 bucks in the bank, and it's got this contract where it has X amount of days to close at a fixed price. This price is really low. It's a bargain for this property. And so now, as the owner of the, as the director of the IRA, you direct your IRA to sell that contract to someone like Tim or like to Mitch for $10,000. And then they have to close in the remaining days that are left on that contract or close at that strike price that's on that contract. So you go from having $250 in the bank to 150 in a contract to 10,250 in a matter of a few days. That's how the strategies you have to look at. And it's just as simple as that. So do not let not having money or having a little amount of money slow you down or stop you from running over right now to buy your account and set up your account at taxfreefuture.com, because that might be the first step to the education you need to get out of the entire situation that you're in. How to gain wealth from being broke. That's the topic of conversation every day. And if you don't shut up, Tim, we're going to have to throw you off this thing.
I'm sorry, Mitch. I got a big mouth.
So you're sitting in Mexico right now.
See.
Mm-hmm. And you're living a life of leisure. I know, because I've had reports and they're telling me you're having way too much fun. So I've got to get down there with you, because like, you can't have that much fun by yourself. That's just should be against the law. But listen, you did that through using the strategies that you're talking about and that we're talking about right now, right?
It's so true, Mitch. I mean, that's the thing, is I'm fortunate enough where in my life right now, look, I've had these conversations with others where if everything went to hell in a handbasket, I couldn't work, I was just inside a wheelchair or whatever and all that stuff. From a financial viewpoint, I'd still be fine. It's no big deal, because I've got these passive income sources already set up and going. So that's the whole beauty and the benefit and the payoff. And this is something I really don't understand. Hell, I just got back from Colombia. I was down in Colombia for a few days, just sit down there to check things out. And just absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And if more gringos were aware of the different lifestyles that could be led for, gosh, been right on the beach, high-rise condos, whatever, for so cheap and just enjoying life, I don't know why they wouldn't do that more. And especially if you got the passive income sources set up in the States where you can make the gringo money, and then you can come down and live a lifestyle beyond a rock star. It's just absolutely, I mean, I don't know if people can see my view here. Beautiful day. What's today? What's what is it, January something or another, 23rd, 24 something?
Yeah. 2022 January.
Yeah, so in a lot of places, I guess it's kind of cold right now and it's snowing. Over here, I'm going to go paddleboarding in just a little bit. I mean, why wouldn't you be living this lifestyle? I mean,
well, when there's two phases: learning how to make money and then learning how to keep the money. There's at least two phases. Like everyone thinks, oh, I gotta learn how to make the money. Well, as soon as you make the money, you're going to figure out, well, the government just took a huge portion, 36, 37%, whatever it is that year, So there's a second phase that everybody quickly gets to when they finally learn how to make the money, is how do I keep something? How do I need to keep more of this money? Because I'm working too hard and giving up too much. And that's what these conversations with Tim Berry and Tax Free Future are all about. So please go to taxfreefuture.com and get involved. If you need a free consult, sign up the little form there. Let's have a conversation, because you're just wasting time so far. Everybody needs one. I don't know exactly which one you need. You want a health or IRA for health reasons or medical reasons, or do you need an educational? Do you need a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA, or you need a solo 401k? But we'll get to the bottom of it pretty quick, and then you make your decision. All right.
And Mitch, let me throw in a little Chamber of Commerce thing for Mexico real fast. You're talking about there's two phases, building the money and then keeping the money. You know, there's a weird nuance right now where I can elect to be taxed in either the States or Mexico. And Mexico just went through a massive tax upheaval, and they now have it where you can earn the first 1.7 million at only 2% in taxes. And I'm going to say that again. You can earn up to 1.7 US dollars and only be taxed at 2% taxes. I'll let you guess whether I'm going to be taxed in the United States or Mexico. So guys, once again, there's so many things you can do to keep the money and not give it all away to the government.
Okay. And so another dumb saying, you know, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Well, maybe or maybe not. But here's the thing. The rules are all out there for everybody the same. The tax laws are all the same. I think if you'll explore that conversation just a step or two further and go just a little deeper, the rich are studying money, how it works, and all the advantages and disadvantages of doing one thing or the other. And they've become good at keeping their money, making money and keeping the money. So when you interview the poor, you know, they don't talk about money at the business table. I mean, at the breakfast table or the dinner table. You know, you certainly wouldn't want to talk about money while we're eating with the family. Well, the rich people do. They're talking the hell out of it. You know, how they sheltered this, who so-and-so says that this is possible. I'm going to go meet with him tomorrow. You know, they're talking about it all the time. It's no wonder they're rich. They study, they contemplate, they go to seminars, they get interviews with people like Tim Berry. If nothing else, is just to see if it's really true and what are the ins and outs. Does it feel real to me? Yeah, I went to a seminar one time many years ago. Cost me $3,000 to deliver the information that Tim and I want to deliver to you for free. It was $3,000 for my seat in the seminar. Not the flight and not the hotel room at the Fisherman's Wharf in San Francisco, which was $500 a night. Okay. And that one seminar changed my entire life. I figured out how I could grow buckets of money. I wish I'd have learned how to grow it all. And some people have learned how to do it, but I learned how to grow buckets of money that was tax deferred or tax free. And that's overwhelmingly, compoundingly adding to my success. Do you know how much they charge? Have you been to a seminar lately that teaches exactly what this is? Have you looked at the prices?
I haven't, no.
They're out there. You can pay $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 to go get what you're going to tell people. So that's all I have to say about that. We're done.
Am I
Tim.
talking too much, Mitch?
I got myself all wound up now. I'm going to go put some stuff in my IRA.
All right, Mitch, you take care. You have a fun time, and I'll talk to you later, man.
All right. This is Mitch Stephen with taxfreefuture.com. Go there, get educated. Let's get on with it. Bye now.
Thanks, Mitch. Take care.
Bye.